Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I got my big butts, my harvest bowl and my butts of goodies. So we're going to be doing some harvesting and some planting today. Let's get right into it. And a little side note, this is the last, hopefully, no it probably won't be, but soon I'm getting the DJI Osmo Action. And that is what all my videos are going to be recorded on after that. Right now I'm using my iPhone 6. It works good, but my phone's not always got the battery, the space, and it's not always available. So it'll be nice to have a designated camera for all my channels. But anyway, we're at the garden now, so let's take a look at how everything's progressed. So here's our sweet corn bots. As you can tell, it's gotten a lot bigger since we've been back. Corn's probably foot and a half tall. Beans are getting really big, but we're having some insect damage, so we're gonna deal with that today. Yeah, the new stuff is coming up. We'll probably water that today. I didn't water it last time because, like I said, it was gonna rain. So we're gonna water that, and we're probably gonna plant some. I decided we're gonna plant some watermelons right there. And over here, we're gonna do a row of radishes pretty much all the way down this side of the bed. And when those are almost ready, we're going to plant another row on the other side, because these ones are just about ready to harvest. We might leave them another couple days, or we'll harvest them today. And here's this beautiful spinach that we're going to pick through and harvest the big leaves from. Our kale is up nicely. Our carrots are kind of sporadic still. Not all of them came up, but they're going to have to work. Over here, this corn is huge, man. I mean, seriously. Sure, the raised bed's a foot, but the corn itself is probably 2.5, 3 foot tall. The popcorn is really tall. This miniature corn's still kind of short. This is the multicolored stuff, these two rows, and that looks really good, I have to say. And this will be the last harvest for this batch of spinach. As you can tell, some plants have died or gotten pulled up during harvest. I'm not going to mention that again. But, yeah, and the insects are starting to get to it. They seem to like the older spinach better. Look at that. These spinach, after a while, these spinach leaves start getting deformed at the bottom and everything. But we're going to harvest this, and then probably, I'm not sure, it's too small of a group to use the rototiller to till back up, but we're going to do something with it. And we're probably going to plant cantaloupe in this area, I'd say. But, yeah, the cucumbers are not up yet. Unless those are it. That might be it right there. Yeah, that's cucumbers right there. So they are just popping out of the ground. They are super long to germinate. We got all these weeds here. The grass is starting to come up. So might have to spot hoe again today. But anyway, let's get into today's video, which is harvesting and planting. So, I don't know if you noticed, but I trimmed this stuff right down to the ground. It's because, since it's the last harvest, I don't really need the plants to have all the extra leaves on it just for it to stay alive and have a faster reproduce. So, I trimmed it totally down, and it'll make it easier to work into the soil. Over here, I barely did anything really, because I felt like a lot of the leaves were just too small. Like this one. That one might have been able to be harvested, but a lot of it's still really, really small, and I don't want to harvest it. You can tell it's not really ready because it's still got a bunch of these little skinny leaves. These leaves will mainly go away once they're ready to be harvested. But I think I got enough spinach because I think we're eating it for dinner tonight. But I got enough, so I'm not complaining. Next, we're probably going to work this part up and get it planted. If you want to see how much spinach we got, there it is. Scissors for comparison. It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot more than we've had in the past. A lot of it's little though, so. But that's the size I like, just like a lettuce-sized leaf. Anyway, let's grab the hoe and we'll work this stuff into the ground. My hoe's still not shined up yet, and I've been doing like hours of hoeing. Anyway, let's set this up as another time lapse. Alright, I couldn't find my yard rake, so I'm using this old metal one, and I'm using it just like a harrow. It makes a really smooth area to plant into, and since this side's higher, I've decided I'm gonna pull from this side and kind of level it out. It works really well, and it'll put the residue sort of on the sides, and that residue will break down over time and give us nutrients to feed our next crop. Now, when you're planting into an area like this, you gotta think about the surrounding crops. You have corn, hang on. You have corn on this side, which is gonna create a lot of shade from the morning sun. Not that that giant silo doesn't already create a ton of shade. I don't think it makes it over here. And then you also have these tomatoes over here, which are gonna vine out and also create shade, but again, big tree line here creates a lot of shade, but they can choke out stuff like that. So we need to make sure we plant a crop in here that can take morning shade and ferocious tomatoes. So I'm gonna run over here and grab our box of goodies. Again, I was gonna plant, I didn't say this before, but I was gonna plant radishes with my push planter. You guys saw it last year on the Farming Diaries channel. It works really good for things like that, for things like radishes. So they gotta be a certain space apart, and it worked okay for spinach. I don't like doing spinach with that. The spinach has got to be pretty dense, so it wasn't that good. But once I get larger scale, like rows going long ways in these beds with like corn and stuff like that, I'm gonna be using it, just because that's a lot of corn that's a lot. Alright, anyway, just letting you guys know, next time we plant radishes, it should be with the planter. I'm half tempted to actually plant pumpkins in here, because if I'm gonna do, I don't need this full row of radishes. If I do like 3/4 of the way and then plant like cantaloupe over there instead of over here, and then I can do, the pumpkins kind of spread, but I can do like 2 pumpkin plants over here just so we have some. And we got room around here for cantaloupe too. So I'm thinking a pollinating watermelon plant over there with a regular watermelon plant, cantaloupe around this little U, a row of radishes there, and then 2 pumpkin plants here. I think that'll do us. I'm not really in need for a bunch of pumpkins this year. I'm not selling them. Might harvest through some of these radishes. Wow, that was huge. And it's gonna split soon, so we may do some radish harvesting today. I think over here I'm gonna do miniature ones, just because I don't think they spread as far. Those are hybrid jack-o'-lantern pumpkins. They're really big, so I'm not gonna do those. That just doesn't make sense in a space like this. Those are watermelons, so I might as well pull those out for now. And come on, there we are. They are the Jill B. Little's, yeah, specialty pumpkins. Let me see if you can see that. There it is, Jill B. Little. It's a 99% germination, and that was tested 12/18, so December of 2018. It's the Cucurbita pepo. You guys can, I already put it on the screen so you guys can see that. It's 100 days to maturity, so we're kind of late. They were supposed to be in mid-June. We're heading towards late June, but it'll work, hopefully. It'll just be later October that we get them harvested. But I'm going to hill an area here. I don't know if you can even see that, but we're gonna do a couple hills right here. There we are. And we have our seed bed. And I'm probably gonna do 3 sets of 2 or 3. So I'll do like the cucumbers, just boom, boom, boom. All right, and we'll plant those in a time lapse. All right, so one thing I forgot to mention is these seeds went a 1/2 to 1 inch deep, and I just sort of took the rake and bounced, and it covered it up really nicely. And next, I'm just gonna water it down before I leave the garden today, and that should give it enough moisture to come up in hopefully about a week. Next, well actually, I'm gonna wrap up this video. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. I'm gonna go record this next video.